Welcome to NFL Uncorked. I'm Lakeisha Westland, and today we have Shaneika Dabney-Henderson. A little bit. Now, when I came up with this whole YouTube and wanted to showcase women that I work with, you were one of the first people to come to mind. So tell everybody what it is that you do and why you're a bomb-ass chick.
All right, so what I do today is I'm the coordinating producer for Total Access at NFL Network, which is where we work. In 2 weeks from now, I'll be the vice president of production for the Saints and the Pelicans in my hometown in New Orleans. My heart. Like, New Orleans is really my heart.
I know.
It's like a family member.
Oh, we know.
You know.
Oh, we know.
So I not only get to go home, I get to work for my team, and I get to produce content related to them. It is truly my dream job. Like, I think I literally spoke this job into existence.
Speak it into existence.
Yes.
I'm happy for you. I'm so sad we're losing such a great person. Anyways, but
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
yeah, I know. No cries. Cries after this. We're going to go have drinks later on, so we'll do it then. So, as a coordinating producer, what exactly is it that you do? Because some people may not know what that is.
So basically, it's show running. You are overseeing the day-to-day content of the show. You're doing show planning.
One quick thing. Her son Creed is here, so if you hear somebody, that is him.
He's all in our
She's
Kool-Aid
a working
right now.
mom.
Yes, working mom of three whole human beings. We're gonna move on.
I don't know how she does it.
So yeah, it's overseeing day-to-day content. It's long-term planning. It's making sure we don't say anything that could get us sued, that we don't say anything wrong, checking scripts, making sure our video quality is good, just generally making sure that we are representing the Shield at all times.
And how did you get to where you are today? Because I think I remember you telling a story, like at first you had thought about being on air, but then you saw like what went on behind the camera, and you were like, yo, that is where I want to be.
Here's the thing. I only wanted to be on air because I didn't know anything else existed.
That's what most people
right?
think.
You see people on TV, so it's like, okay, I guess I'll go be on TV. I don't belong on anybody's TV. Like, seriously, I don't feel like doing my hair every day. I'm not putting on makeup every day. I don't want you to talk to me in the grocery store because you think we're friends because I'm on TV. So I have friends who are in TV, and I see them live that life, and I know, I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. I'm a control freak, so I'm about that producer life. That's what you get from being a producer, and that's what I saw. Like, when I did my internship, it was actually my teacher, Professor Lisa Martin, amen, who told me, she was like, you want to be in print, you have a writing voice for TV. Go do an internship at a TV station, you'll love it. And I did that, and I learned a really valuable lesson. There was an anchor there named Norman Robinson. He's an African-American, one of the longest tenured anchors in New Orleans. And he saw me, go out with him on a story, and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm on my internship. And he was like, no, but what are you doing here? Like, I see you doing everything they tell you to do, but what are you doing for you? Are you learning what you want to do? Are you learning what everyone here does? Are you making a reel? Are you writing? Like, you're doing what they want you to do. What are you doing for you? Those words have stuck with me. That was 1990.
Yeah.
Anytime you gotta say 1990 anything, you know you're old. Those words stuck with me, and I had another internship, and from there, just the whole trajectory of my life. It's so interesting where I'm about to go now. I have realized every step I took got me to here.
Girl.
Every failure I had, every no that I got. I thought I wanted to work for The View. That was like my dream job. Like The View or Today Show, that was it. If I don't do that, I failed, go home, shut it down. I had an interview for The View, impromptu at NABJ. It was in Washington, D.C., and they were there. You never find people like that there because people don't give those jobs up. Got an impromptu interview, and I could not have been worse. I was ill-prepared. I was nervous, and I feel like interviewing is my strength. Like, even if you see my resume and it's not, it doesn't totally fit, I feel like I can sell you on me because I'm passionate about what I do, right? Couldn't do it. And I was ill prepared, so it was my fault. Like, I should have gone into that moment ready, and I wasn't. And I carried that with me of like, man, I sucked. Like, man, I wish I would have gotten that. What if I would have done better? I even wrote them something later and pitched them, and you didn't see me at my best. I can do better than that. But I am now so thankful
I believe everything happens for a reason.
that didn't work out. I might not have met my husband. I might not have had Screamy Joe down here who's making all this noise. I wouldn't know Lakeisha. I wouldn't have the opportunity that I have now. So, you know, starting in New Orleans and doing a bunch of local TV, inevitably working for CNN, and coming here, everything has sort of built upon each other to land me here. But the one thing outside of the traditional path that really set me up to do what I'm doing now was I started a blog in like 2007 called Chicks in the Huddle, and it was just for me.
I like that name.
Like, I love football. It was like me and my mom reading it, basically. It was 2 clicks per day when my mom remembered. So it was just me and her, and this was before like social media, right? Where you could share stuff and like
that was back in
build
the
a
day.
following or whatever. And eventually people started coming to it. Like, people started finding it. Other women wanted to write for it. And then the league found it. And they were like, we love what you're doing. We want you to come and be a part of our Fit For You campaign to like showcase female fans. And like, through meeting those people at the league, through my little silly blog, they put my name out into the NFL Network ether. And then I ended up getting called up, like randomly, you know, for 2 or 3 years after I initially made contact with the league about an opportunity at the network.
And now with you being at CNN, you have kind of like a similar background with me. Like,
Right.
I was in hard news,
Yes.
local news in St. Louis, and all I wanted to do was like go from hard news to sports, especially football, because it's just like, I love news and production and all that stuff, but add football into that?
I loved football, but I never thought like I will have a career in sports. I always thought entertainment was going to be my lane. And no.
That's how I was when I first got into this field. I was like, oh, I do like e-news and
Yeah.
stuff, and then it's just like, no, sports.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's where it's at.
Yes, and it's like we're watching it anyway, right? You're spending your Sundays watching football, so it doesn't feel like work. I would be doing this anyway. From 10 in the morning, West Coast time, all the way to nighttime.
Yes.
I would be watching some football. So, yeah.
So, your last day is in a few days. So, explain a little bit more about what it is that you will be doing that is your dream job in
Yes.
New Orleans.
So, the Saints are and the Pelicans are trying to grow in the production space, right? They've got some great people there who are putting out content digitally right now, but they want to grow what they're doing. And that's kind of what my job is going to be, is to grow what it is they're trying to do. So creating content, figuring out, you just really craving attention right now.
It's like, wait a
He's
minute, I want to
doing
get on the camera.
the absolute most. Growing what we do, creating more content, figuring out like, can we build our own internal production house and outsource to people. So it's a really exciting time to be doing it. For one, like Zion coming on board. Yeah, this is just a crazy time to be joining with these 2 organizations. And, you know, I don't know how much longer Drew has, God willing, like 10 more years he got in him. Just play into your 50s, Drew. Go ahead and do it. I know.
Yeah.
But I do think,
That's a
given
whole
that
other
he's
story.
on, right, that's a whole, we got beef.
Whole other episode.
Right. Rams fan. I do think that with Drew kind of being on the clock, right, that there will be so much enthusiasm and excitement built up around this season, and if he plays next season, because everybody wants to send him off in the glory, you know? So it'll be great just to be a part of that. Like, I would have been a part of it as a fan, and now to be a part of it in this capacity.
I'm excited for Teddy Bridgewater, though.
Yeah.
I was excited that he landed there, because I'm like, that's the perfect opportunity for him to like learn behind Drew Brees.
Totally.
And, like, the time's winding down for him, so.
And can't we all learn from Teddy Bridgewater? Because we meet so many people in the industry who don't want to just sit back and watch and learn. You just want to do, right? Like, I want to go from college to anchoring Good Morning America.
Yep.
And it's like,
Ain't happening.
it ain't happening,
Gotta
and
learn.
it doesn't serve you well to do that. Like, go make your mistakes in front of 2 people versus in front of 1 million people. All right, I'm gonna let this guy join the party because he's just doing all of it. Hey, bud. Yeah,
I was saying, you need to have a sip first.
15 minutes of fame. Okay.
Hey.
Here's troublemaker. There's troublemaker.
No, except for you.
Oh, except for me.
Yes. Maybe put it down. Look at him dropping for it.
Mommy's medicine. You're familiar with this. Yeah.
So that's how you do it. The one.
You got to do something. I must do something.
Okay. So let's talk football. Hall of Fame speeches.
Yes.
You were at work. Were you at work?
I was at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you saw the speeches. What stood out the most to you out of all of them?
Wow. So listen, Champ Bailey said a full word. Okay. And I have such respect. I know we are in this stick to sports culture. I feel the exact opposite.
Yes, me too.
You have a platform, use it. Your platform. Because there's so many of us who wish we're shouting it from the rooftops and no one is hearing us.
No one can hear us.
We're just shouting into a vacuum. He used his platform. And what he said, it's like, how could you not agree with that? He didn't say anything controversial. I don't even see it as political. What he said was, I'm an African-American man. I have a certain set of experiences that other African-American men have. If you're not from my background, just believe me, listen to me, know that what I'm saying is authentic. And I feel like that's how all of us feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all have friends, and we live in LA. We are in this multicultural place. And obviously we all come from a different set of experiences, but I'm never going to question someone else's experience. If you're telling me that this is what you're dealing with, these are your fears, I'm going to believe your fears are real.
Yeah.
And that's what he was saying. When I think about the talks I'm going to have with my son one day about interactions he's going to have and the complications that come with that because of the world we live in, those are real conversations. And I want people who don't have to have those conversations I don't need you to necessarily understand it, but I need you to at least believe that they're real and that they're warranted and that we have to do them. I don't know a black man who hasn't had their dad or mom tell them, be careful about how you interact with police. My husband has had that conversation with his mom when he was in high school. Watch where you put your hands. I was pulled over when I was in college with my boyfriend, and we had to put our hands on the car, and guns were drawn, and we had done nothing. So I've lived it. I've lived it, and I don't expect everybody to understand it, but I do love that Champ just said, believe me. That's all he asked.
I was having that conversation with my husband this morning. He's white, for those that don't know, and I have a lot of friends that are be like, oh, I'm not racist. I have a black friend, and it's just like, that doesn't really matter. Like,
right.
Listen to the conversations that you're having and the things that are going on. Because it's like, if it doesn't affect you, then people think that it doesn't really happen.
Totally.
It's like it's on movies or something like that. Like, no, this is real life.
Right.
This is what people go through constantly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Champ got deep. Ed, just because his general aura.
I love the part about just his journey to get there, how it was kind of like a blindside story too. Just
totally. And then the shout outs to the mamas.
Yes.
Oh Lord, it just had me boo-hooing. That got me. When you see these grown men, these tough guys, and how they just turn into puddles when they start talking about their mama. Ooh,
Every try to hide with them sunglasses. We saw the tears dripping down. We know what was happening.
I saw Reggie Wayne crying too.
I saw that too, and I was like, I love that moment.
I know,
that was so cute.
It was so sweet. It was, yeah.
But yeah, so thank you so much for coming on before you leave us from that
Why you gotta be all stank when you say it?
Because you're like such a mentor to me. Just seeing you in the role that you had in the newsroom, it gave me confidence to speak up. And as a woman, I feel like a lot of times we kind of hold back, especially in this business when there's a lot of men in there. It's no, you know your stuff. Don't be afraid to stand up and fight for what you know is right. So.
Well, I will say that I met so many amazing women at NFL Network, and we have created this sense of community that goes completely against the stereotype, right, of women who are conniving, backstabbing, don't have each other's back, crabs in a barrel. That has not been my experience at all. There's room for, in fact, everybody. I want you at the table because you being there amplifies my voice is how I feel. Another amen. So I think that the community that we built as women I wish we could just showcase it every day. Like, I wish it was a reality show so people could see the positive, like the flips. It's a reality show no one will watch because there's no drama among the women.
Not between the women.
Not between the women. Right, exactly. But it just shows that it doesn't have to be, you know, in order for me to get mine, I have to push you down or keep you down. Like, we can all get ours together. I'm going to eat and you're going to eat and everybody's
all
going to
eat.
Yeah.
So let's go drink some more.
Speaking of eat.
Drink some more with their coworkers. We're doing a goodbye party for her. So I would say, let's cheers.
One more cheers. Oh, I need to catch up. All
Cheers,
right.
girl.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us.
And give a bye-bye.
Wait, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
See you later.